So I'm just curious, have you ever been to the USA at all?
Yes, I've been to the USA on a bar mitzvah trip for 21 days. I've been
Okay.
to
Where'd you go?
Vegas, of course, Washington, D.C. I had a family over there. Now I don't. They came back to Israel. New York, of course, Manhattan, and Orlando, Disney World.
So maybe you could talk a little bit about how, like, if you experienced it, how, like, gay life compared from there to here? Or, like, what
From the
you...
US, I was 13. You need to remember that.
Okay, then maybe a different question.
Okay.
I can talk about gay life in Europe that I've experienced, but not the US.
Yeah,
Haven't
Yeah.
heard. Well, I've been to several countries. When I was old enough to go to parties, I've been to England. I've been to Spain, Barcelona, and the Netherlands, and I've experienced gay life over there. Of course, I've been to the most gay cities. It's London, Barcelona, which is very high ranked on the gay life cities in the world, and well, Amsterdam, which is very accepting. And I think the thing that I like them the most over there in all three countries, that you have a very large variety of ethnic diversity that I think it kind of lacks here. Don't want to sound racist at all, but you can see it's not African Americans there, it's Africans. They call them blacks, but I think it's not politically correct in the U.S. Asians. Um, you have people from the Middle East over there, and all the Europeans that were born there. You have a lot of very large ethnic diversity, and I think I loved it because in Israel you don't see lots of it, which is kind of sad.
Okay. So we're just going over all of our questions.
Of the U.S.
Um,
It's very nice in the U.S.
maybe you were talking about how a friend came here on the birthright LGBT
That's right. Yes,
community.
the rainbow trip called. It's
Yeah,
called the
so
rainbow trip.
maybe like I don't know, people who come here and like like maybe why this is such like a tourist area for not only obviously Jewish people but a lot of LGBT community people do come down to Israel, maybe more specifically Tel Aviv, but I don't know, maybe something a little bit about that.
And you're shitting in the dark here.
Yeah, I'm kind of maybe specific questions.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
very specific.
how, like, your friend, how did he or she, like, like,
He.
what did she, what,
He.
what did he think about, like, the gay life experience, like, on his trip? Like, what were his thoughts or, like, his reflections on it?
Um, it's kind of a problem because at the birthright you can't go out for the entire night, so you can't go to a party or some sort because the party starts at like 12, 1 a.m. and goes all the way to morning. But over there we can't do that, so we go out until like 12. On the 2 nights that we can go out, we go out till 12 or something like that. So it's a problem, but we've been to a pub in Jerusalem called the Mikveh. You know what a mikveh is? It's a Jewish concept. It's the cleansing pool. Yes, exactly. So we have a gay bar called the Mikveh pub, which is very interesting choice of words. And that's you. And we have the video pub. There are 2 pubs in Jerusalem, and we went there to the mikveh pub. It was very fun for them. Just a little bit of mingling with the Israeli community, and also to a pub in Tel Aviv called the Evita, and which is, I think it's the oldest gay pub in Israel. It's been open since as long as I can remember. I first went out when I was 18, and it was already open back then. I'm 26 now, so it's been a while. I think there's a lot in the Israeli gay community, the nightlife. Um, After all, but we're still a young country. Israel is 65 years old. think it's also already 66, no, 65 years old, and we made a lot of progress, and everything develops. We're starting to open pubs everywhere across Israel for the LGBT community, even where it was inconceivable to open one. Who would have thought you'll have 2 gay bars in Jerusalem? So have a lot to get here.
Yeah. I'm also curious about with the new Knesset and the Yesh Atid party and whether like that shows any kind of like new hope or with like or like any kind of I don't know, because I know that the Yesh Atid party came in asking for civil marriage, which obviously obviously wasn't able to happen with the coalitions, but that the idea that they're trying to, they're at least bringing up the subject has been brought up maybe, I don't know, curious whether that's
Well, first of all, I'll have to say that the Jerusalem Open House is it's not apolitical, but it's not, it doesn't support a certain party. So so I can't really tell you about what we think about a certain party. Okay, I can tell you that before there was the election on January, we had some sort of a panel over here where politicians came here, one from each party, not all of the parties of course, but most of them, and we referred some of the toughest questions to them. And I think, I don't know specifically about Yesh Atid, but a lot of parties lately, in the past, I think, I would say around 8 to 12 years, started to raise the LGBTQ question, the same-sex marriage question. It was risen before. It failed most of the times. It failed, well, all of the times. But you can see now more of a majority that grows in the support of the LGBTQ community. So I have lots of hopes. I don't know if it will happen in this office, it's called in the United States, right? But maybe the next one. But I have lots of hopes because I can see things are changing and people are more supportive out in the open towards the gay community.
So maybe you have some questions more about the actual, maybe a little more, we keep saying a little more, but maybe more specifically about the open house in Jerusalem again. Like you did say that there was like a lot of like community-based, like, you know, maybe like do talk about how everyone is volunteering and that it's really all of kind of a volunteering community and like everyone's, I don't know, that
like how open everything is.
or like not, I mean just like how great that like there is, you know, people don't really get paid coming to the open house, but like everyone is willing to like become a community and like it's really become, it seems, or from what I've seen.
I think to understand that you have to know a little bit about the history of the Jerusalem Open House. The Jerusalem Open House became a non-profit organization in 1997. Now, it started a little bit before. It wasn't called the Jerusalem Open House. We had a park here called Independence Park. Now, people came there when you didn't have the internet yet. Well, you have a little bit of internet yet, but it wasn't very common in every house or at all. And people came to meet to have social interactions in parks. That was the place to meet gay people because you didn't have another place. And they formed some sort of a group. They started meeting over there at first, and then started meeting every time in one of the participants' house. And at some point, they just formed this non-profit. It started as a group in the park. Nobody got paid, of course. We weren't anything. And then they started the non-profit. At first, it didn't sit here. It sat a little bit to the midracho, to the street over there, the biggest street where all the tourists are. You've probably seen next to Zion Square, and nobody, of course, got paid back then. It was harder to raise donations. I wasn't there at the time. I was still 10. Wasn't even not even in Jerusalem. But today, for example, I have, I think, around 7 or 8 people that are getting paid here because they work here like half-time or some even full-time. But everything is volunteer-based. That means that all the youth counselors, they come here over their free time. I think it could be like 7 or 8 hours a week. And we come here just because we enjoy it and we want to give back to the community. Even if I had all the things that we give here, I had them when I was younger. I grew into a developed community, I think, to a more alive gay community in Israel. But some of them are older than me. I'm 26, and can imagine they're older than me, and they didn't have that, and they want to give back to the youth stuff that they didn't have. So all the people in the open clinic, they volunteer there, and somebody who plans the trips or the Shabbat dinners. What happens at Shabbat dinners? Somebody is taking care of it and all the logistics, and people bring food from their house. So just it's more of a community center than an organization, I would say.